Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Weagle on your Overwatch, back with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about Brigitte, and that's about the best pronunciation you're going to get out of me because I can't really roll my R's or put the accent on it, but honestly, I've seen people call her so many different things ranging from Brigitte to Baguette at this point. So Brigitte, who is a tank support hybrid, has a very interesting bash ability that acts kind of like a stun, but today we kind of wanted to myth bust and talk about it as it's probably the most interesting ability in her kit that's not just easily predictable, because it doesn't work exactly the same as McCree's stun. So if there's anything you think I missed, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Do bear in mind, we're not talking about her long range flail ability. All that does is boop somebody, like a Lucio boop or a Pharah boop, so it won't actually cancel an ability, whereas the shield can make a big difference against certain heroes. So to lay out some kind of ground rules, you have to remember back to what Jeff said about stuns in ultimates and the different types of ultimates that there are, channeling ults, etc. So things like Bastion's ult, Soldier's ult, and Genji's ult, even if you can stun them, it won't cancel them. They'll carry on after the stun has ended. However, ultimates like Reapers and Roadhogs, if you stun them, it will end it. The same with McCree. Also bear in mind other ultimates like Reinhardt and Tracers that kind of act as projectiles. When you stun them before they land, it will actually completely remove that ultimate, and that also is true of Brigitte. So as we get into this, I will try to highlight them per hero, but generally it follows the same rules as anybody else. So we're going to skip straight over Ana because the stun doesn't do anything against Ana. The only thing it does is it will cancel Ana's ultimate if timed perfectly. The nano boost will be used up, but it will not go off, the same as it would with any other stun. Now Bastion's kind of interesting. You can move him ever so slightly with both of Brigitte's kind of stun boop abilities, but Bastion is not moving. He'll stun a little bit in his turret form, but then he's just going to shoot you in the face. So you're going to want to be very careful against the Bastion, and of course you cannot remove him from his ultimate. Brigitte herself, if you bash another Brigitte, is a very strange interaction. Much like when Doomfist released and his punch against a Reinhardt didn't really work out right. If you and another Brigitte perfectly time each other, you'll both get stunned and take damage, but a lot of the time it's random and one Brigitte will win over the other. Also, I am very aware there is currently a bug to jump up in the air with Brigitte if you manage to time your bash and a jump at the same time, but this will be fixed. I'm sorry to say, Blizzard always remove this bug from every hero that ever gets it, Doomfist and Moira alike. Since this is a stun on D.Va, it will cancel rockets, it will cancel movement, it will cancel defense matrix as well. Doomfist is a really interesting one because Doomfist kind of gets wrecked by Brigitte if you time your abilities at the right time. So if he's completely going to fist someone on your team, you can just stop him in his tracks, head on or from the side. If he uses his E ability to ground pound and you hit him with that as well, it will stun him. The interesting thing with this one though is if you do it exactly as he ground pounds you, you can also take the damage from the ground pound, because I think you're technically levitated when you do the forward motion on your block. So again, a weird interaction. You can stun him out of his uppercut, but it's a weird ability and he will fall down. Very hard to replicate and time in game though. Brigitte absolutely destroys Genji. If Genji is deflecting or if Genji is swift striking, it will stop him in his tracks. You can actually use the very nasty combo on Genji, similar like you can with Tracer, and what this does will actually insta-kill the Tracer. You can stun, melee, and then flail with your shift ability, and it will do all of the damage in order to kill the Tracer. This will also utterly wreck a Genji. Genji can never blade and come to you, or swift strike and then deflect. Never going to work out well for that guy. You can just wreck him through any of his abilities. Moving on to Junkrat, most of his abilities are movement based, so don't make a difference, but there is a couple of weird interactions with his trap. One, you can actually stun his trap and you can walk into it, but if you stun it, it will stop you at the perfect threshold to not kill you, but it will stun it. But if it's stunned and then you walk into it, it isn't actually stunned, it will still trap you. It doesn't make any difference, but it will tell you if a trap's in front of you. So just a nice little bug probably that we won't see changed anytime soon. The next interesting one to talk about is Mei, because Mei can actually be moved when she's in her icicle form to be pushed off of a ledge. Now, she doesn't move very far, and the enemy person would have to be very unfortunate for you to be able to knock them off the map and exploit this, but this is the only thing it really does to Mei. Orisa doesn't really care what you try to do to her. You can't boop her, move her, or anything in Fortify, and if she's not in Fortify, of course you can, just like you would anyone else in the game. Reaper does not like being stunned when he's about to teleport, but apart from that, you're not going to do a lot to a Reaper. You can stun him out of his ultimate, but it's always going to be a risky maneuver. Next on the list of interesting interactions is Reinhardt, of course, because he also has a pin ability, and this works very similar to what it does with Doomfist. If you hit into the side of the Rein when he's pinning, you will stop him. It will stop him pinning the person that you're pinning as well, and you can also do this head on. The interesting thing is when you do this head on, sometimes it will boop you up into the sky, although it doesn't hurt the Brigitte, but it does hurt the Reinhardt. More buggy interactions here as well. Again, because of his ultimate, it will cancel it and he will lose it entirely if you time the bash perfectly. Moving on to Roadhog, both his hook and his heal ability will be cancelled when you bash them, just like any normal stun. Sombra also gets destroyed and all of her abilities can be cancelled out of, as they are generally all channeling abilities. One of the last interesting interactions is with Torbjorn. Torbjorn's turret can be stunned and it does stop it hurting you for that duration. I'm not sure how useful this is though, because once you get in on the Torb turret and stun it, there's not a lot you can do. If you was diving it with a team for some reason, that would work, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Finally here on the weird interactions, we'll talk about Zarya. Zarya's normal shift flail ability will not boop her when she's in her shield, but if you shield bash her, she will move slightly, but it does not stun her. So you'll notice I've missed out a few heroes here. These heroes are Ana, McCree, Hanzo, Symmetra, Widow, Winston, Zen, and Soldier. And the reason for this is all of these heroes have either a movement abilities or abilities that can't be cancelled. All of these heroes can be bashed when they're walking around the map and it will stun them. But all of their ultimates go on them same base rules. If McCree can stun it, it can be stunned. Pharah can be stunned by McCree in her ultimate, so Brigitte could knock Pharah technically out of her ultimate. McCree's stun can stun Soldier when he's in his ultimate, but it doesn't cancel it. This is exactly the same for Brigitte. Roadhog can be cancelled out of his ultimate, and so can Reaper. But Bastion cannot. Do not try to stun a Bastion. It's not going to go your way. Moira as well, she can be stunned and hooked out of her ultimate to cancel it, and Brigitte is exactly the same. So guys, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think we missed anything? Make sure you remember them base rules, because they're really important when you want to try and stun someone with Brigitte. Be sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed. It helps us out and lets us know that you're enjoying the content. And be sure to hit that bell icon so you get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.